Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about a small device that can make a huge difference in how comfortable your home feels. Yep, we're talking about humidifiers. If you're looking to make breathing just a little bit easier, especially when the air gets dry, you're in the right place.
So let's start with a question I bet a lot of us can relate to. You know that feeling, right? The heat kicks on for the first time in the fall, and suddenly the air just feels different. Your throat gets a little scratchy, your nose feels kind of dry and stuffy. Well, that's almost always a sign of low humidity in your home. And that's exactly where this little machine comes in. Now, don't think of it as some complicated medical gadget. It's really just a gentle helper. Its whole job is to add a bit of moisture back into the air. And believe me, that can make a world of difference for your comfort and can even help you get a much better night's sleep.
All right, first up, let's get into the why. Why does dry air even matter so much? What's it actually doing?
So here's the deal. When our heating systems are working hard, they're basically stripping all the moisture out of the air. This super dry air then acts like a tiny sponge, pulling moisture from anywhere it can find it, and that includes your nose, your throat, your skin. That irritation is what leads to that nagging cough or waking up feeling totally parched. Okay, so if you're thinking, yeah, a humidifier sounds pretty good right now, the next question is, which one? There are a few different kinds out there, so let's walk through a little buying guide. Okay, so this is really the main choice you'll have to make. You've got cool mist and warm mist. Warm mist models literally boil the water to create steam. And while that warm steam can feel really nice, you've got a container of hot water and a heating element, which, could be a burn risk if it gets knocked over. That's why for a lot of people, cool mist models are considered the safer bet, especially if you just want that extra peace of mind. And this checklist right here, this is your secret weapon when you're shopping. Seriously, forget anything with complicated digital menus. You want simple dials or big, easy-to-read buttons. Auto shutoff is an absolute must-have for safety. And please, don't overlook how easy it is to clean or how heavy the tank is. You're just not going to use it if it's a huge chore to refill and clean every day. All right, so you've picked out the perfect humidifier. Awesome! But just buying it is only half the story. Using it the right way, safely, is just as important. Now listen up. If you only remember one thing from this whole guide, make it this number. The sweet spot, the absolute ideal humidity for your home is between 30 and 50%. If it's too low, you get that dry, scratchy air. If it's too high, you could actually encourage mold to grow. So 30 to 50%, that's your comfort zone. Okay, you're thinking, but how on earth do I know if I'm in the comfort zone? Well, you use this handy little gadget called a hydrometer. They're not expensive at all, super simple, and they take all the guesswork out of the equation. It just tells you the humidity level in the room, plain and simple. Where you actually put the thing makes a big difference. It needs to be on a flat, stable surface where it won't get bumped or tipped over, and you want to keep it a few feet away from your bed or your favorite chair. You want the mist to go into the air, not directly onto your blankets. Oh, and here's a pro tip. Use distilled water. It costs a little more, but it stops minerals from tap water from building up in the machine and creating that fine white dust everywhere. Now we've come to what is, and I'm not kidding here, probably the single most important part of owning a humidifier. Let's talk about keeping it clean. Look, a clean humidifier is a healthy humidifier. It's that simple. If you're running this thing every day, you've got to make this a quick habit. Just empty out the old water, give the tank a good rinse, and let it dry before you fill it up again. It takes, a minute, and it stops any gunk from building up in there. And then once a week, you'll want to do a slightly deeper clean. And you don't need any special chemicals. Good old white vinegar and water is all it takes. Just let it soak for about 20 minutes to dissolve any mineral buildup, give it a really good rinse, and let it dry. That's it. This makes sure the mist you're breathing is totally clean. Whew, okay, that was a lot of info, right? So let's just boil it all down into one final, simple checklist to get you going. So here it is, your path to more comfortable air. Start with a safer cool mist model. Grab a hygrometer so you can stay in that 30 to 50% zone. Use distilled water if you can. Find a good stable spot for it, and please set a reminder on your phone or your calendar to clean it. And that last point is really, really important. If you have any kind of breathing condition like COPD or asthma, just have a quick chat with your doctor first. Your safety always comes first. So let's just end on this thought. Making the air you breathe better doesn't have to be some giant, complicated project. It can literally start with one small, simple change. So what's one little thing you can do this week to make your home just a bit more comfortable? Thanks so much for joining me.